Alive and alert on the north side of the dirty. It's your man D Real coming at you with another Be Real, Deep Real, where entertainment is what I do. Welcome to this special. I wouldn't call it special. Let's just say I'm doing a video on Sunday because I don't normally do videos on Sunday, and I need something to occupy my time. I think that's what I was doing more than anything else. Well, of course, we know Sunday's all about football, 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 and everybody know I'm a diehard Chiefs fan. Everybody know Chiefs lost today. They didn't just lose; they got the crap kicked out of them. But I don't want to hear about it. And this is what gave me a sports analogy to go on is this, how the MCU is like the post-Jordan era Chicago Bulls. And a lot of people are like, that's a statement right there. But real stuff. Before we get off into it, let me sip my coffee real quick. I'll be up all night. Let me get the legalese out the way. And I like to do it like this. Comment, like, subscribe, and share to Be Real with D Real page so that when the material comes out, you're getting it. If you're digging what the brothers, I'm gonna put some dirt in my bucket. Comment, like, subscribe, and share because edutainment, yeah, what I did. Edutainment explains it. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and break this down to you the best way I know how to break it down. The Chicago Bulls. Let's talk about the Chicago Bulls. The Chicago Bulls hold a singular distinction in all of the NBA. They are the only team to three-peat twice. They are the only team in the modern era of basketball, at least post 1980. How about that? They are the only team since 1980 to win 6 championships. Hell, they the only team to win 6 championships since the Celtics. If I'm wrong, y'all go ahead and check me in the comments like y'all always love to do. But my point being, in 91, 92, and 93, when the Chicago Bulls beat, I believe it was the Lakers, the Trailblazers, and the Suns. And then there was a break in 94, 95, where Houston won all of the championships. And then there was 96, 97, 98 against the Seattle Supersonics. And then they beat the Jazz twice. I could have just put up a demographic that told y'all that and saved myself the trouble of saying it. But look, the Chicago Bulls dominated the 90s. 6 out of 10 games, championship games played in the 90s were won by the Chicago Bulls. So what I'm saying, what I'm getting at, the Chicago Bulls were entire beasts in the 90s. Nobody was messing with them, period, point blank. Now, after the 90s, Chicago thought, let's repeat our formula, let's do some things, and hung all their hopes on this guy who has played for how many NFL teams? I mean, NFL. How many NBA teams up to this point? And he's currently playing for the Grizzlies. So that's not a terrible thing because the Grizzlies don't suck. Now, what does this sports analogy have to do with the MCU? Okay. In the Marvel Cinematic Universe, Marvel gets out of debt, and then in like 2008, they drop Iron Man. And it's that serial storytelling and the introduction to familiar characters that make the fans of the MCU look up to see these characters and roughly make the MCU as a project gross about $6 billion. That's a successful formula. Yes, if I'm making $6 billion, that is way more than a successful formula. I'm knocking that stuff out the park if I'm making $6 billion. Okay. Now, we had a lot of things happen after the first three phases of the MCU. We had actors die. We had the powers that be decide that some of these characters were more important than other characters and wrote them off. Whether that was because that was the actor's wish or that was the studio's wish for that actor, that's what ended up happening. You had some actors remain to continue on with the MCU, and then you had some other actors drop off because, well, I don't want to be defined by my superhero role. Now, that left us with our phase 4 folks, people who decided, oh, we can carry the MCU just as well as those other guys did. Now, while we still had some of the same people, we were introduced to others, and then there were others who didn't get as much shine in the MCU that the studio was like, okay, let's give these guys some love. Let's see what they can do. But now, here's what ended up happening. They grossly underperformed. A lot of these movies and television series were lackluster at worst and simply terrible at best. Yeah, I said that the way I meant to say it because some of these movies and television shows seem so haphazardly thrown together. Other than having this character or that character in it, there wasn't a whole lot of thought that went into it. Then you introduced a new policy of we're going to rock the MCU with non-comic book savvy backing. So in other words, writers, producers, directors are going to be non-comic book savvy. That a safe thing to do? I don't know. What has it amounted to? A lackluster performance. You're performing like the 2005 Bulls. That's not what we expect out of the MCU, and a lot of people have become disenchanted and decided that they do not want to participate in making the MCU and Disney the financial juggernaut that they were in the late 2000s, mid 2010s. What should be done? I know what I did. I just divested myself of spending any money with Marvel Studios. Yep, I know what you're saying. You got on Marvel stuff, dude. What you talking about? I'm not messing with Marvel Studios. And plus, I just got this shirt yesterday, so I'm a rocket. Forget y'all. I'm not double-minded. I know exactly what I'm thinking. I know exactly what I'm saying. I ain't giving them no money. I ain't paying no money. So I'm not in that trope of, black folks spending their money on whatever. Nah, I'm not in that. I'm not giving you my money. Period. Because you're not giving me as a fan what I asked for. And I keep saying that, so I'm gonna stop saying it. I think I've said it enough that people understand where I'm coming from when I say it. You have been weighed, you have been measured, and you have been found wanting. MCU. So if you are satisfied with just the money that you have been getting from casual fans and regular everyday moviegoers who are doing it because it's trending versus because they are truly fans of the genre And that's not where your max dollar is going to come from. Remember, those first 3 phases, your max dollar came from people who were 100% dyed in the wool fans of Marvel comics and characters in them. Now you've picked up whoever. That's not a fandom. It's not. I mean, you Marvel stands can say that y'all are part of the fandom, but it's a different fandom than what spawned Iron Man and everything that followed Iron Man in 2008 up until Endgame. It's not that anymore. It's just not. And that's all I had to say. I done got it off my chest now. I'm okay now. I'll sleep well tonight. That's it. I'm done. Fret not. I'll be coming at you with another one of the others. And until I do, y'all be good. Be good to each other.